Welcome to Reparenting Daily, your free daily guide for inner child healing and repairing the relationship with yourself. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading, followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful binaural beats meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you can join us for this journey of self-expansion. If this is your first time, welcome. As a celebration of completing our first full year of Reparenting Daily episodes, I've opened a free membership tier for the Patreon community so that you can access more resources and join our free weekly Zoom calls for free. I understand there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I know that many people are really struggling. My hope with this is to encourage others to still pick up the work of reparenting and offer a free community where people can come together and do that. I'd also like to thank all of you who've been along on the journey so far. Just as a reminder, this is a free podcast, but you can support the project by purchasing the Reparenting Daily journal, where you can follow us along all year. This 333-page journal gives you extra insight and resources for each week, and it also provides space for you to keep your notes. Another way to support the podcast is to purchase the Fairy Tales for Reparenting series, volumes 1 through 3. This collection organizes famous and obscure fairy tales from around the world into 3 phases of the hero's journey, beginning, middle, and end. And while you might think that fairy tales are for kids, I'd like to challenge you here. These stories contain profound truths and lessons carried down over millennia that we can use to integrate in our reparenting journey. It's a fun way to connect with your inner child. Each volume contains 10 fairy tales. They include an analysis section to help you dive deeper into the message, as well as journal prompts to reflect on the story's meaning for your own life. Lastly, you can also support the podcast by taking a paid Patreon subscription, purchasing the books on the website, or by donating to Buy Me a Coffee. You can find all this information on the supporters section of the website. And so, with these announcements out of the way, let's dive into today's practice. Today we're reading from the same article from yesterday. It's titled How to Practice Self-Compassion, 8 Techniques and Tips. Today we're going to go down to the section 13 Journal Prompts. Just as a reminder, the month is February, and the theme for this month is self-compassion and self-kindness. We're in week 4, the 22nd until the 28th, and the theme is developing a self-compassion practice. 13 Journal Prompts. Since these are journal prompts and they invite you to engage in certain activities, I will not have a discussion and journal prompt section since the actual reading is a exercise. So please do take some time to re-listen to this, and when you have some time to sit down with your journal to explore some of these questions a bit more. So 13 journal prompts. Try some of these self-compassion journals if you're still feeling a bit of writer's block. Try applying each of these 3 self-compassion constructs in your journal, and below you'll see how they follow a logical sequence. Mindfulness. Start with approaching whatever emotional experience you've been through with balanced awareness, curiosity, and detached interest. Acknowledge but don't magnify how you felt, thought, or what you did, while trying not to judge yourself for what was essentially a human reaction. Please do tweak these examples, which are deliberately generic and intended only as a guide. Number 1, I feel angry, upset, impatient, etc. because of. Number 2, I realize now that when blank, I reacted in the moment and I felt blank. Number 3, stepping backward from it now, I accept that I was thinking hurtful, frustrated, annoyed thoughts when. Number 4, as I reflect on my behavior earlier, I acknowledge that my reaction to blank was driven by feelings of disappointment, fear, doubt, etc. Number 5, looking back now, I notice my thoughts and feelings from earlier today. At the time, the situation made me feel blank. The second category is called common humanity. As you recall the experience you began writing about, move the topic towards common humanity. Doing this means acknowledging first and foremost that you're not the only one experiencing negative emotions. Adapted and inspired by Kristen Neff's official self-compassion journal exercise. Try to take these as both general mindsets as well as sentence starters. Number 1, everyone feels anger, pain, jealousy at some point or another. Number 2, the situation was a complicated one, and most people find themselves feeling frustrated in tricky situations like that. Number 3, nobody is perfect or immune from thinking the occasional fearful, irrational, or defensive thought. The next section and the last section is self-kindness. Go easier on yourself for this part, and write to yourself as you would to someone you care deeply about. Having reminded yourself that you're not superhuman or immune from painful feelings, this is the perfect space to be comforting and gentle. At the last few sentences, a sentence starter shows, as the last few sentence starters show, sorry about the tongue twister, you can write using second person pronouns if it helps. Number 1, I forgive myself for feeling upset, hurt, exasperated, etc. as I did earlier. Number 2, that wasn't my last chance to practice more patience, understanding, or empathy. Number 3, I made a mistake, slipped a little today, and that's fine. Next time a situation like that comes around, I will blank. Number 4, it's not something worth dwelling on. Tomorrow you can react with more concern, tenderness, goodwill, etc. Number 5, you understand why you responded that way, and it's okay. Next week, you can make up for it by stopping to listen or show that you care. Please go ahead and check out the link in the show notes. You can read the entire article. It's quite long, and they have many different sections here. And we did read a few in an earlier section yesterday. But go ahead and check out the show notes for this article in Positive Psychology. It's a really good read. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself and be well. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please find a place where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Just take some time to listen to yourself. Next, be sure that you are taking some time to be with your breath to connect with your body. Don't be disturbed or overwhelmed by your thoughts. Simply allow them to pass. Just observe them. Do not engage with your thoughts. Only be mindful of them passing, as if they are drifting down a river. Use this time to connect with yourself. Whatever time of day you are listening to this, Namaste.